I, Michael, Prince of the Heavenly Host and Guardian of Souls, now stand before you with all the magnitude that the throne of the Most High has granted me. Feel the vibration of my presence, which is not a cause for fear, but for absolute assurance, emanating from the source of all life to envelop every fiber of your being, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I traverse the unfathomable dimensions of time and space, crossing the veil that separates the visible world from spiritual realities, so that you may know, once and for all, that you do not walk alone through the valleys of this world. My wings, vast, impenetrable, and woven with the purest light of the firmament, extend over your head at this very moment, creating around you a sanctuary of blue light where darkness is not permitted to touch, where the deafening noise of the world falls silent, and only the crystalline truth of your divine essence remains untouched. I stand here with my sword drawn, a flaming blade forged in the fire of eternal justice, ready to sever, with a single stroke of authority, any cord of anguish, any shackle of despair, or invisible chain that binds you to the painful past or the paralyzing fear of the future. Look upon the light I bring with me. It is not mine, but the direct reflection of God's glory, destined to illuminate the darkest recesses of your mind and the most wounded corners of your heart, where you have kept pains that no one else has seen. I call you by your celestial name, for I know deeply your struggles, your sleepless nights when your pillow was wet with tears, and every sigh of weariness you released, believing that heaven was silent. I heard each of these pleas. Every groan of soul was a call that echoed in the higher spheres with the force of thunder, and I, as the first defender of humanity, responded with the swiftness of lightning, descending from the heights to ensure that your victory is sealed in the light. My armor gleams with the deepest blue of the cosmos, reflecting the power of 1,000 suns, and engraved upon it, in letters of living fire, are the promises of victory that belong to you by right of affiliation with the Creator of all things. I do not come merely to observe you from afar or to be a static image in your mind. I come to clothe you, to fuse my warrior essence with your spirit, granting you the courage you lack to face the giants that rise in your path. Feel the warmth emanating from my chest, a sacred warmth that consumes doubt, melts the ice of indifference, and transmutes your human weakness into an unshakable spiritual fortress. Nothing, absolutely nothing that is inferior to divine love, or that vibrates at the frequency of fear, has legal or spiritual authorization to remain in my immediate vicinity. Since I now inhabit your space, since I now occupy the air you breathe, I command with the voice of the celestial command that all disturbance, all spirit of confusion, and all shadow of discouragement depart immediately, for there is no place for them here. I am your living shield, the insurmountable barrier that stands between you and hidden danger. I am the one who intercepts the arrows of evil before they are even fired from the opponent's bow. Recognize my voice as the sound of many waters, a rushing torrent that cleanses the impurities of your soul, washes your wounds, and restores your inner peace to a state of original purity. I envelop you in a cloak of spiritual invisibility against evil, a protective shield that makes you imperceptible to the eyes of envy and malice, so that you may be seen and recognized only by those who carry light, peace, and goodwill in their hearts. Breathe deeply this air that I sanctify with my presence. Let the blue ray that I govern penetrate each of your cells, calming your nervous system, strengthening your faith, and awakening in you the certainty that you are invincible under my command. I am here, firm as an eternal rock and vigilant as the all-seeing eye. My presence by your side is not fleeting. It is a constant, guaranteed by my oath before the Father. There is no abyss so deep, however dark it may seem, that my hand cannot reach to rescue you, nor is there a mountain of difficulty so high that I cannot take you in my arms and help you cross it with the lightness of an angel. I, Michael the Archangel, the defender of God's people, solemnly declare that this place where you stand is now sacred ground, shielded and guarded by the legions of light that I personally lead. You have nothing to fear under the shadow of my wings, for my authority is the seal of your liberation. I, Michael, now unsheathe my sword of blue flame to cut through the dense clouds of conflict that attempt to surround your journey. Enter with me into the spiritual battlefield, for the fight you wage is not against flesh and blood, but against the powers of the air and the vibrations of scarcity and fear that seek to stifle your faith. I place myself at the forefront of your life, marching before you to shatter the bronze gates and break the iron bolts that impede your progress. Feel the earth tremble beneath my celestial feet, for when I rise in your defense, the entire army of darkness retreats in disarray, unable to bear the gaze upon the brilliance of truth that I carry. Fear not the traps set in the dead of night, nor the arrows that fly by day, for I am the general who has never lost a battle. I see the movements of the shadows before they materialize, and I nullify them with the authority of the word. I command that every spirit of discord, every mental confusion, and every destructive plan plotted against your destiny be now undone and turned to dust by the breath of my voice. I purify the air you breathe and cleanse the paths your feet must tread, removing the stumbling blocks and invisible traps set by envy. Feel the strength I inject into your will. The spiritual battle demands that you put on the armor of God, and I am here to adjust each piece to your body. I place the helmet of salvation upon your head so that your thoughts may be sealed in victory and divine protection. I adjust the breastplate of righteousness upon your chest so that no accusation or feeling of guilt may wound your heart. I gird your loins with truth and shod your feet with the readiness of the gospel of peace. With the shield of faith, which I hold alongside you, we will extinguish all the fiery darts of the evil one that attempt to strike your confidence. I, Michael, tell you, victory has already been decreed in the celestial courts. What you see as an insurmountable obstacle is, for me, merely an illusion that dissolves before the light. I fight for you while you sleep and guard your entrances and exits. No weapon forged against you will prosper, for the seal of my army is upon your forehead. Lift your head and assume your posture as heir to the kingdom. Fear is a lie that I come to unmask with my sword of discernment. I sever the ties with discouragement and the feeling of defeat, breathing upon you the breath of resilience and indomitable courage. The battle is real, but the outcome is certain under my command. I will not allow the enemy to touch what is sacred in your life. I now establish a siege of warrior angels around every area of your existence, in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. We are on full alert. While the world writhes in chaos, you will rest under my protection, for I am the wall of fire that no one can breach. I teach you to fight with the weapons of light, with prayer that pierces the heavens, and with the authority that comes from obedience to the Most High. My sword shines brightly now, sweeping away all negative influence that has tried to settle in your energy field. I proclaim that your home is a territory free from oppression, and that your soul is an impregnable citadel. I, Michael, am in command of this battle, and I give you my word as an archangel. Evil will not prevail. The light I emanate is the terror of the shadows, and that same light now dwells within you and strengthens you. Stand firm in your post, for the celestial militia marches beside you, and the command of victory is in my hands. I, Michael, now extend my right hand over the portal of your dwelling, and over the heart of each loved one who makes up your lineage. I enter your house not as a guest, but as the divine sentinel who assumes the guard of each of its thresholds. I trace with the tip of my flaming sword a line of blue fire around your home, an insurmountable barrier that no energy of discord, no spirit of contention, and no shadow of illness will dare to cross. I purify the walls, the ceiling, and the foundations of your dwelling, sweeping away with the breath of my power the stagnation, the accumulated sorrows, and the echoes of harsh words that were once uttered within these walls. I place myself in the center of your living room and in the refuge of your bedrooms, sealing the sleep of those you love. I command my legions of guardian angels to position themselves at each window and each door, maintaining an uninterrupted vigil while you rest. May the peace that surpasses all understanding fill the corridors of your home, transforming it into a temple of light, where the Holy Spirit finds rest. I bless the table where you share bread, so that physical sustenance may never be lacking, and above all, the spiritual sustenance that unites souls in harmony and mutual respect. I, Michael, now intercede for the unity of your family. I cut with my authority the threads of misunderstanding and the roots of bitterness that attempt to separate parents from children or cause divisions between partners. I pour the balm of patience and charity upon difficult temperaments, softening hearts of stone and transforming them into hearts of flesh, sensitive to love and reconciliation. May your home be a refuge from the storms of the outside world, a place where malice finds no echo and where the envy of others loses all its power to penetrate. I protect the health of your family members, enveloping each body in a dome of vitality and regeneration. I banish the spirit of depression and anxiety that tries to steal the joy from your home life. Where there is conflict, I bring my order. Where there is confusion, I establish my clarity. I consecrate every object, every piece of furniture, and every corner of this space to the service of the light, so that all who enter under your roof may immediately feel the shock of my holiness and be compelled to abandon any ill intentions before crossing your threshold. I stand here, with my hand upon your family, ensuring that the bond that unites you is strengthened by faith and protected by my sword. I will not allow the destroyer to touch your inheritance or your possessions, for what God has joined and blessed. I, Michael, have sworn to defend with all the power of the heavenly host. Feel the freshness of the established peace. Your home is now a fortress of blue light, a beacon of hope in the midst of the night, personally guarded by the Prince of Angels. I, Michael, now raise my flaming sword to execute the judgment of light upon every bond that hinders your steps. I command, with the authority conferred upon me by the Creator, that the chains of stagnation, the shackles of scarcity, and the invisible fetters of fear that prevent you from flourishing be broken now. I penetrate the abysses where your dreams have been cast and rescue them with the strength of my invincible arm. With a stroke of blue fire, I sever all karmic ties, all hereditary curses, and all words of defeat that have been cast against your destiny, transforming them into ashes that the wind of the Spirit will disperse forever. I stand before you as the destroyer of obstacles. I see the envy that disguises itself in false smiles and the malice that tries to surround your prosperity. I nullify them now with the brilliance of my armor. No evil eye vibration, no spell of stagnation, and no plot woven in the shadows has the power to resist my presence. I purify your energy field, removing mental larvae and spiritual parasites that suck your vitality and cloud your vision. I declare that your path is clear, that the doors that the world has closed, I, Michael, now open with the key of divine justice. I break the power of procrastination and self-sabotage that keep you in a cycle of repetition. I cut ties with people who drain your light and with situations that no longer serve your soul's purpose. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as I remove the arrows of criticism and judgment that have been embedded in you. I restore your spiritual integrity and give you back sovereignty over your own life. Where there was a wall, I now build a bridge. Where there was a desert, I cause the spring of providence to gush forth. I, Michael, decree that this is the moment of your liberation. I undo the knots that hampered your affairs, your career, and your relationships. I expel from your atmosphere every spirit of delay and every force that tried to hinder your harvest. You are free to move forward, free to grow, and free to shine without excuses or impediments. My sword will not rest until there is complete justice in your journey. I seal your paths with my seal of protection, guaranteeing that, from this day forward, you will walk on clean ground and under an open sky, where the glory of God will manifest in each of your actions. I, Michael, now place my left hand upon your heart so that you may feel the pulse of renewed faith, a flame that I myself protect with my divine breath. I invite you to lift your eyes above circumstances and recognize the greatness of the plan that the Almighty has drawn for your life. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the treasures of the kingdom, and I now teach you to vibrate at that frequency, for a grateful heart is a fortress that no evil can penetrate. Feel how your faith, which before seemed like a small seed choked by worries, now expands and becomes a majestic tree under the watering of my blue light. I strengthen your trust in the unseen, for true faith is the certainty of what is not seen and the conviction of what is hoped for with patience and courage. I remove the veils of doubt that clouded your understanding and give you a sharp spiritual vision, so that you may discern the miracles that happen in the details of your day. Give thanks with me for the protection you have already received, for the deliverances you didn't even realize, and for the doors I myself closed to spare you pain. Each obstacle overcome was a step in your ascension, and I was there for each one, holding your hand so that your foot wouldn't stumble on the stone. I, Miguel, remind you that you are a warrior of light, forged in the battles of life under my tutelage. Do not allow discouragement to find a home within you, for gratitude will transform your scars into medals of honor. I give you the power to give thanks in advance for victory, for in God's time, what you ask for in faith is already manifested in the celestial spheres. Let praise flow from your soul like a river of crystal clear water, washing away any trace of complaint or murmuring. The joy of the Lord is your strength, and this strength is fueled by your ability to recognize divine goodness in all things. I now bestow upon you a robe of praise and gratitude, which serves as an additional armor against low vibration energies. When you give thanks, you become a magnet for the highest blessings and the purest connections. I rejoice with you in every small achievement and encourage you to move forward with your head held high, for the General of the heavenly hosts walks beside you. Your faith is the shield I hold alongside you. It is unbreakable. It is eternal. Feel the profound peace that comes from total surrender and the certainty that you are loved, guided, and deeply blessed by the one who created all things. I, Michael, Prince of the heavenly host, now raise my left hand in command and my right hand in blessing upon your existence. We have arrived at the moment of sealing, where all the authority I exercised in the previous blocks is fixed upon your soul as an indelible mark of blue fire. I, Michael, proclaim that from this instant, you are under my permanent protection, a guard that does not sleep, that does not waver, and that knows no defeat. I seal your thoughts, so that only peace may flourish within them. I seal your words, so that they may be instruments of power, and I seal your paths, so that evil may flee from your presence as soon as it perceives the brilliance of my armor reflected in you. I establish an eternal vigil by your side. Even if your human eyes do not see me in the bustle of the day or the silence of the night, I will be there. I will be the intuition that frees you from error, the warmth that warms you in the cold of solitude, and the strength that lifts you when your legs threaten to falter. I command my legions to keep their swords raised around you, forming a dome of light that filters all energy that tries to approach. Nothing that does not come from the light will be allowed to remain in your atmosphere. The seal I place upon you is the seal of the Most High, the sign that you are the property of the kingdom of heaven and that no usurper has rights over your life, your health, or your posterity. Receive now the blessing of profound peace. May fear be banished to the depths, and may the courage of Michael dwell in your heart. I enfold you in a mantle of absolute serenity, ensuring that the chaos of the outside world cannot stir the waters of your spirit. I, Michael, will be with you in every future battle, but remember, victory has already been won on the cross and ratified by my sword. You are a victor by divine decree. Go in peace. Walk with the firmness of one who is escorted by the general of God's armies. My presence is your shield, and my word is your guarantee. I bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. May God's light guide you, may God's love surround you, and may God's power through my command protect you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I am Michael, your defender, and here I conclude this decree of light, leaving my trail of blue fire in your heart, so that you may never forget who you are and who walks with you. It is sealed. It is done. Amen.